I'm Jessica Stockton-Bagnulo. I'm the owner and co-founder of Greenlight Bookstore in Brooklyn. It's March 13th, and we're announcing today that we are closing our Flatbush Avenue store location, effective May 14th. We're letting our customers and media and publishers and everyone know today. So I've had a lot of time to process this. I've spent a lot of time talking to colleagues and experts within and outside the book industry, and have come to the conclusion that for the sustainability of Greenlight as a company, the closure of this location is what needs to happen. But I know this will be new to a lot of folks. There may be some sadness or some anxiety around this news. So I wanted to reassure you about a couple of things. So first of all, here's what this isn't about. This isn't about Amazon destroying all bookstores or the fact that people don't buy books anymore. Amazon is an enormously problematic economic entity that causes harm not only to bookstores, but to cities and towns and workers and small business owners and the global climate. And we should absolutely continue to draw attention to that. But at the same time, the number of bookstores in the US continues to grow, and book culture and bookstores are diversifying and proliferating in beautiful ways. People value the experience of being inside a bookstore and having that unique and special moment. And they do buy books, lots of them, from bookstores. This also isn't about the union coming in and destroying all of our profits. RWDSU Local 1102 has given us the structure to have difficult conversations that we needed to have as a company. And we'd already been working on increasing wages for staff to pay folks something more like a living wage. So unionization isn't something that small businesses need to be afraid of. It's given us the opportunity to offer our staff things like health insurance that we would never have been able to do otherwise. The union will keep you honest in terms of what sustainability looks like for everyone in the company. And it's certainly not about the idea that Flatbush Prospect Lefferts Gardens doesn't need or deserve a bookstore. Every neighborhood, every family and individual needs and deserves access to books. And we will continue to work with the PLG Neighborhood Association and others to provide access to books in the neighborhood however we can, even without a bookstore location. So what is it about? Ultimately, it's about the fact that not every business model works in every situation. How could it? It's not that bookstores don't work. It's that the particular bookstore that Greenlight has been operating isn't working in this particular place at this particular time. We've tried for years, but we simply can't make enough sales in this location to cover the costs of operating it. And with our sales down across the board, the other income streams of the company can't continue to make up the loss. But one of Greenlight's strengths as a small business has always been our ability to adapt to focus on what's working. When we started to get more requests to sell books at theaters or bars or other locations, we shifted a lot of resources to managing offsite sales. And then when e-commerce skyrocketed during the pandemic and a lot of those theaters were dark, we again shifted our resources over to fulfilling online sales. When our book buying customers shifted, we shifted as well. So this is a harder shift than we've had to make before, but the reasons behind it are the same. In order to return to sustainability as a company, we have to focus on what's working. And the bookstore on Fulton Street, as well as our stationery store, our partnerships with BAM and other venues are still absolutely viable. And with some adjustments, we think they can be sustainable for a long time to come. So we can be sad about a bookstore closing at 632 Flatbush Avenue, and we are sad. This means that some of our wonderful booksellers will be moving on. We're working with the union on that and trying to make that process as equitable and transparent as we can. It means that we're not going to be seeing our regular customers in the store or our favorite dogs. It means we're not going to be decorating the store for the holidays or hosting comedy nights. I think maybe more than any other kind of business, the closure of a bookstore elicits a particular kind of grief. And it's okay to sit with that grief for as long as we need to. But I hope this closure can avoid some of the typical, mostly unhelpful narratives about why bookstores or other small businesses close. Because ultimately, this is a story about a bookstore finding a way to go on. We will continue to offer, as our mission statement says, a welcoming space for discovery, conversation, and connection around books at our 686 Fulton Street store and anywhere we encounter readers, whether it's on our website or social media or in a crowded theater. And we will continue to need your support and to continue to offer you that unique indie bookstore experience every time you shop at Greenlight. So while we hope you'll stop by sooner, we are inviting all of you to a party at 632 Flatbush Avenue on May 14th. We're celebrating 6.5 years of being in the neighborhood, and we're saluting our partners and those who have come all the way on this journey with us. And we're also celebrating what we hope are many more years to come of Greenlight Bookstore. And we're hoping to give the store the boost it needs to go on. There will be deep discounts on books, there will be drinks, there will be toasts. We hope you'll join us. One other thing to ask, a request. Please don't bring your worries and complaints and suggestions about the closure to the booksellers in our stores. This is new to them as well. It's not their fault. It's not their decision. And I don't want to add to their stress by having them have to field all of those questions. Please direct questions to me directly. I'll make sure that my contact information is available. Thank you for being gentle with each other, and thank you for being in community with us.